We were introduced by a shared friend named Liam. He wasn't the kind of man who instantly drew attention. No sleek vehicle, no sharp wardrobe, no charming bravado. Liam had a quiet presence. He remembered things you said in passing, always opened doors without showiness, and truly paid attention when you spoke. I nearly cancelled our first meeting. The night before, he sent a gentle message, looking forward to tomorrow. Let me know if anything changes. It was polite, thoughtful, and without pressure. I rolled my eyes, thinking he seemed too soft, maybe even boring, and set my phone aside. Still, I went. We met at a cozy Italian place he had already reserved. I arrived in tight heels, bracing for average food and a conversation that might drag. But Liam surprised me. He asked thoughtful questions, listened more than he talked, and quietly asked the waiter to adjust the fan when he noticed I was cold. It felt easy, comforting, like slipping into warmth after a long day. No games. No performance. Just calm sincerity. And yet, I wasn't fully convinced. He was kind, dependable, attentive. But he didn't stir that wild, erratic spark I'd always confused with love, the kind of thrill that lit up fast and burned even faster. We kept seeing each other. One date led to another. I found myself anticipating his messages. He'd send me songs he thought I'd like. Remember how I took my coffee, extra cream, no sugar. But I stayed guarded. A part of me held back, unsure if I should let someone so emotionally available get too close. I had convinced myself love needed to be intense, unpredictable. He didn't fit that mold. One evening, he chose a rooftop spot with a stunning view of the city. The lights twinkled around us, soft melodies floating on the breeze. He showed up as he always did, simple shirt, jeans, completely himself. He pulled out my chair, told me I looked beautiful. I could have returned the compliment, let the moment breathe. Instead, I said something that would haunt me for a long time. You're not really my type, I blurted, adding a nervous laugh. But you're wonderful. His expression shifted subtly, like a flicker in a flame-losing air. He gave a quiet nod and a faint smile. I understand, he replied. He flagged the server, paid the bill without sipping his drink, and fell silent. I tried to recover, saying, I didn't mean it negatively. Just, you're different. He looked at me, calm but firm, and said, maybe that's exactly the point. Then he stood, paid the rest of the check, and left. No raised voice, no accusation. Just a quiet exit, his drink still half full, his presence already retreating. I sat there, stunned, embarrassed, confused. I told myself he'd taken it too personally, that I'd only been honest. But when I got home, I realized he'd cut me off entirely. No calls, no messages, no trace on social media. It was like he'd erased me. Maybe I hadn't mattered as much to him as I thought. Or maybe I mattered far more than I realized. The days after weren't what I expected. I assumed I'd move on, meet someone more aligned with my type, someone louder, bolder, more electric. But instead, I kept replaying that night in my head. His reaction. The way my words landed. I thought about the quiet ways he'd shown care. How I'd kept my distance, not because he lacked anything, but because I didn't believe I deserved someone who truly saw me. I'd been chasing chaos for so long, calling it love, that I mistook peace for dullness. I was so used to being overlooked that when someone actually paid attention, it unsettled me. He wasn't my type because my type had always been heartbreak in disguise, someone I could chase to prove my worth. But Liam just showed up. Steady. Real. And I didn't know how to receive that. I rejected him in the worst way, with a smile and a careless truth. You're not enough for me. Weeks later, I saw him from across the street. He was walking with someone new. She laughed easily, and he looked content, more at ease than I'd ever seen him. I stood there, pretending to scroll through my phone, my chest tight. He didn't notice me. Or maybe he did and decided not to react. Either way, it hurt more than I could admit, knowing that someone else was now on the receiving end of the warmth I'd been too scared to welcome. I told myself I'd reach out. Apologize. Explain. But what was left to say? I'd spoken a truth he believed. That's what stings the most. Not that he left, but that he believed me. Words matter, especially the ones tossed out without thought. That night, I lost someone extraordinary. Not because he walked away, but because I showed him he deserved more than what I was willing to give. He didn't leave out of pride. He left because, in that moment, he finally recognized his own value. And now he's gone.